this movie I found to be the most offensive, the most blatantly and nakedly anti-white movie that I think I've ever seen. And I'm looking at young people eat it up, particularly young Black Americans, and I'm looking at box office sales that are really strong that will be enticing to movie makers like, oh, maybe I can make a movie like Sinners.
If you ever want a contrarian take, go to Jason Whitlock.
I just want to counteract what Jason Whitlock said. I felt as if he went to the movies just to on it because it got all this hype. It's doing very well, killing in the box office. It's an original script. Ryan Coogler has an amazing deal that I think only Tarantino has, and now he has it. He owns a lot of property. It's such a wonderful thing. Him and Michael B. Jordan together are just this dynamic force. And I think he went there just to on it.
A man who has checked Whitlock time and time again, Godfrey, didn't understand where Whitlock was coming from in his analysis of the movie Sinners.
I know you probably haven't seen as many Black movies as I have. I've seen a lot because I'm interested in what Hollywood is targeting at young Black people, and it's just my sensibilities. I found this movie Sinners to be the most nakedly racist movie that I've ever seen. That's my takeaway, and it's akin to Birth of a Nation. And we've listened to Black people and Black historians talk about the evilness of Birth of a Nation and what it did and blah, 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 and I don't disagree with him. It was programming and propaganda. I just don't understand how we can't see this movie Sinners and other movies that are not quite as nakedly racist, but they all flirt with this.
I wish I could say I'm surprised, but you've seen all this before when we fact check Whitlock as well. As Charles P. Pierce once wrote, only on the far right is such insane dogma at the core of their beliefs. Amen.
First of all, what the does that mean? Nakedly. Is it openly racist? How was it racist though? There were people picking cotton in this movie. It's the South. Black people are living in shacks. It's poverty, right? It's still racism. It's Klan symbolism. It's Jim Crow. It's lynching. It's where is the racist part? This is really myopic, bro. You are a pro-hater, bro. You really are, because you literally, what the are you watching? Where you saw Black people being racist.
Of course, he would double down on his favorite social medium, Twitter. Someone needs to burn in hell for writing and making the movie Sinner.
Where's the example of the anti-Black movie that is this nakedly racist towards Black people? I can't think of the example. It's only promoted and only approved if it's headed one direction. Have I missed something? Have you seen maybe other, the movie that they did with Ada DuVernay and the Central Park 5 on Netflix, it's pretty nakedly racist because it's telling a lie about the Central Park 5 if you've actually watched them confess to their crimes.
Wait a minute, Jason Whitlock really thinks the Central Park 5 did it? Quite a revelation. Is he for real on this? Or is he just signaling to his loyalists? Because that is an insane take, especially from someone who claims to be a journalist. The New York State Bar Association even wrote of the tactics police used to coerce confessions from the five, which included techniques such as physical force, aggressive questioning, shouting, threats, and lies. Whitlock also clearly does not care about evidence, where there was no DNA from the boys found on the person or the scene of the crime. He must also point to, if anyone had to guess, a pro-Black conspiracy theory that Matthias Reyes confessed to the crime, even though DNA matched the evidence, in order to let the boys off.
There's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of you Black people that literally, I swear, you're paid by somebody of a higher power, sends you out there to Black progress up, like they did the Black Panthers, like that that infiltrated the Black Panthers and got Fred Hampton killed, like the people that SNCC with Stokely Carmichael. all the different groups that black people tried to do to progress, even the gangs, were first started off as things to help the black community. Well, infiltrators, black people that acted as gang members came in and things up too to start fights amongst people.
What gets me, all right, is that throughout time you will see certain folks who vigorously make a name for themselves. And they could use any parts of their analysis. They could use religion, they could use woke, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those are all signals to the base that I know what I'm talking about. When really, what it is, it goes back to being the contrarian, but it is, and we've seen this throughout time, the contrarian of your own race. And these people do very, very well. They are financially stable. Jason Whitlock, being the anti-black guy, is going to help him long term because there will always be room for this. Always. Without fail. And he's going to keep doing it over and over and over again. He said, racism only affects the poor. LeBron James is too rich to be affected by racism. That was after someone sprayed the N-word on LeBron James's property in California. I believe he was still with the Cavs, or maybe he was with the Heat at the time. Then he said that the reason Tyree Nichols was murdered by the police was because of single black mothers. That is what he said. He blamed single black mothers for their kids being killed by the police. Instead of, and he said this on Tucker Carlson's show, no longer in session on Fox News, though he did host Tucker Carlson at one of his live shows, which was pathetic, to say the least. He has had these takes throughout time over and over and over and over and over again. And what it shows is consistency. Glenn Beck did not hire Jason Whitlock because he is the best sports journalist, as he likes to call himself, though he does not do journalism anymore. It is because he knows his audience, Glenn Beck that is, and he knows the pieces of the puzzle that will fit. And Jason Whitlock is one of those pieces, unfortunately. It is what it is. It's horrible. This is part of the problem in media, but he's going to keep doing it because he depends on it.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.